I turned 6, I'd had enough. I watched tons of cooking tutorials on TV and started cooking for my sisters and myself.
Wow, Faye, this apple pie actually tastes like apple pie. Yup, the one Mom got us last week tasted like sawdust and cat poop.
Don't even ask how Sam knew what sawdust and cat poop tasted like. She's been trouble with a capital T ever since she learned how to walk. If you told her, "Sammy, don't touch that," what she actually heard was, "Sammy, break it into pieces." Come on, I'm not that bad. I was sitting on a throne of gold and diamonds, dressed in the royalest gown imaginable. A couple of handsome dudes were feeding me strawberries and grapes. In the background, Mozart was playing one of his melodic compositions, and Michael Jackson was dancing to it. Just then, my devious sister Samantha stormed in, shoving me with such force that I stumbled backward. I deserve to be here. In your dream, Sammy! Suddenly, Samantha let out an ear-splitting scream, and I jolted awake. What's wrong with you, Sam? You just ruined my perfect dream! Girl, you won't believe what my boyfriend just gave me. Samantha then shoved a weird necklace in my face that had Furry Prince written on it. Don't tell me your boyfriend calls you Furry Prince. Why are you so dumb? This is for my dog. It's a limited edition diamond-studded collar. But you don't have a dog. Oh, that could be a problem. Why didn't I think of it? Just when I thought I couldn't lose any more brain cells, my youngest sister Natalie started strumming her guitar. Migraine or stress-induced headache? I think it's a music-induced headache. Now before my head explodes, both of you just get out! Hi folks, my name is Faye, and this is just a normal day in my life. Before I tell you more about my crazy family, hit that like and subscribe button. My parents didn't have a baby until 10 years after their marriage, so they ended up adopting me. But just 2 years after I was adopted, Samantha was born. And then Natalie came a year after. And when Natalie turned 1, Dad divorced Mom because he couldn't handle the stress of being a dad to 3 toddlers. What a jerk, right? So after Dad left, Mom threw herself into work to make ends meet, so all we ate was cheap packaged food off the supermarket shelves every day, literally. But when I turned 6, I'd had enough. I watched tons of cooking tutorials on TV and started cooking for my sisters and myself.
Wow, Faye, this apple pie actually tastes like apple pie. Yup. The one Mom got us last week tasted like sawdust and cat poop.
Don't even ask how Sam knew what sawdust and cat poop tasted like. She's been trouble with a capital T ever since she learned how to walk. If you told her, "Sammy, don't touch that," what she actually heard was, "Sammy, break it into pieces." Come on, I'm not that bad. Please, don't get me started on your stupid boyfriend list. Yep, Sammy actually has a list of her exes, and on her 15th birthday, it had 742 names. Correction, 43. You forgot Willie the Poop. Oh yes, the one who ate my brownies like a pig and then got explosive diarrhea.
Well, I may have sprinkled a little laxative on those brownies.
You did what now?
You can't blame me. I hated him after he made fun of my latest composition. It goes like,
stop, Nat. Save it for some other day, please. My youngest sister Natalie is a straight A, top-of-the-class photographic memory student. She kinda makes up for Sammy's dumbness, but the only problem is she believes she was a rock musician in her previous life. Huh? As for me, well, I didn't even realize when I grew up taking care of the house and these two in Mom's absence. Heck, I was almost 17 and I'd never had a single boyfriend.
Sorry to burst your bubble, hon, but that's because no one really asked you out. I mean, you look like you're already a granny to 4 kids.
Oh, get lost, Sammy! And don't you dare come into the picture until I ask you to! Top secret. As much as I hate to admit it, Sammy is right. No guy in school ever showed interest in me. At first, I thought maybe there was a problem with me, but then I saw all of them bending over backwards to date Sammy, and I I realized something. All boys are dumb. I mean, they have to be if they're choosing to date Sammy, who literally thinks Austria and Australia are both oceans in the Caribbean Sea. But on my 17th birthday, I decided to change things and got a waitressing job. It helped Mom pay the bills, and I got a chance to meet new people. My first day at the job turned out to be pretty good. But by the end of the day, my feet were super sore and I just wanted to collapse on my bed. Note to self, never wear heels to a waitressing job. One day we were almost closing when a guy walked in looking like the epitome of sophistication.
Are you guys still open?
Oh yes, just what we needed, another customer. The guy smiled and I felt my heart stop for a second. But when he ordered his food, I felt my jaw drop.
I'll have 20 plates of tacos, please.
20 plates?
Yes, any problem?
No, it's just you don't look like you have that kind of appetite. The guy suddenly started laughing and told me the meals were for a bunch of homeless people down the street. Whoa, handsome and kind? I immediately went to the kitchen to get his order ready. And when I told the restaurant owner who the food was for, he readily agreed to give him a 50% discount. Here's your packet, sir, and we're offering you a 50% discount.
Really? You don't have to do that.
It's okay, the restaurant owner wants this. The guy smiled again, and I just wanted the time to stop. I had always believed all guys were jerks, but handsome guy proved me wrong. After that, I quickly packed up and rushed to catch the bus home. But I'd hardly walked a few steps when one of my stupid heels decided to break. And I would have ended up with a broken nose if two strong hands didn't catch me at the right time.
Hey, watch out.
I looked up to see my savior, and he was the same guy from the restaurant. As he steadied me, a strand of hair fell on my face, and before I knew it, he was gently tucking it behind my ear.
Has anyone told you you've got the most beautiful brown eyes and the cutest little nose?
What?
Do you have a hearing problem?
What? No, it's just, nothing. The guy smiled and offered to drop me home, but I immediately turned down his offer, grabbed my broken shoe, and limped my way to the bus stop. Faye, if that guy was even a little bit interested in you, your weird duck walk must have made him rethink his sanity. That whole night, I kept cursing myself for not taking up his offer. For the first time in my life, a guy, that too a freakishly handsome guy, had called me pretty. And what did I do? I went limping in the other direction. The next few days, I kept hoping the guy would turn up at the restaurant again, but he never did. Then one day, I came home to find my entire wardrobe on the floor and Sam standing in front of it. What the heck are you doing?
Oh, thank God you're home, Faye. I have a date tonight, so I'm borrowing some of your clothes.
But I thought you broke up with Willie the Poop.
Oh, this is another guy. I met him at a party last week.
He's loaded. Like, he came to the party in a freaking Lamborghini. Samantha Cooper, you are the biggest gold digger in the history of womankind.
Gee, thanks. Now help me.
Gosh, this girl was a total wacko. But when her date came to pick her up that night, my eyes literally popped out. It was the same restaurant guy. And he looked equally stunned when Sam introduced us.
Keith, this is Faye. And Faye, this is the guy who stole my heart, liver, and I guess kidneys too.
Wow, you don't look alike at all.
Duh. Isn't that obvious? I'm a Greek goddess, and Faye looks like a cheap Paris Hilton knockoff.
Well, at least I have brains. Can't say the same for you or the guys who date you. Saying that, I stormed out of there. I felt super mad at Keith for dating Sammy when he could have asked me out. I mean, didn't he tell me that day that I had the most beautiful brown eyes and the cutest nose? And yet here he was standing with a bouquet of stupid pink roses for my dumb little sister. Gosh, Faye, get a grip. Are you feeling jealous of your own sister? I took a few deep breaths, told myself yet again that all boys are jerks, and I went to sleep. The next day, Sammy couldn't stop gushing about how great her date with Keith went. He took off his jacket at the restaurant, and I almost died seeing the bulging biceps underneath. And then when he kissed me... Enough, Sammy! Spare me the gory details, please. Suddenly, Mom walked in, and what she said next made my jaw drop to the floor. Sammy, I want to know all the juicy deets. What? You want to hear about your daughter and her boyfriend kissing? What's wrong with that? By the way, girls, is it okay to kiss on the first date? This time, not just me, but Sammy also looked super stumped.
Mom, are you okay?
Of course! That was all the motivation Sam needed. She told Mom everything, from the color of Keith's socks to how many times he chewed his food. Ugh, crazy.
I think I'm in love, Mom. We're going on a second date tonight.
Just the thought of seeing Keith again made me sick, so I decided to stay in my room that evening. At around midnight, I went to the kitchen to get some water and almost jumped out of my skin when I switched on the lights. Sammy was sitting there dressed like a Barbie. Oh gosh, you scared me. When did you get back?
Keith didn't come. He's not picking up his phone either.
Does that mean he ghosted you?
No guy can ever ghost me. You know what? I think a truck might have crushed him, or, maybe he fell off a cliff.
Since when does New York have cliffs? Just admit it, Sam. Keith stood you up.
That's impossible. I'm sure he's lying dead somewhere as we speak.
I felt a little bad for Sammy, but I also knew she'd probably have a new boyfriend before sunrise. And I was right. The next morning, I heard her telling a guy named Marco that they were soulmates. Typical Sam. But what really knocked my socks off was Mom coming home that day with a handsome guy who she introduced as her boyfriend, Carlson. Faye, I wanted to tell you about him, but I wasn't sure how you'd react. Well, honestly, I am a little shocked, but if he makes you happy, that's all I want. Thankfully, Carlson didn't look anything like the jerk Sam usually dated. He seemed classy and rich and had a pleasant personality.
Your mom keeps talking about all of you. I was eagerly waiting to meet y'all.
Nat instantly warmed up to Carlson since he called her a guitar maestro. She was even about to sing a song for him, but Mom stopped her just in time. But before Mom could introduce Sammy, she walked up to Carlson like a diva and kissed him on the cheek.
I'm Samantha, but people who like me call me Sam.
She then batted her eyelashes furiously, and Mom's face turned red with anger. Sam, Carlson might be your future dad. Let's not make things awkward.
Whatever.
Anyway, Mom was totally smitten by Carlson, and he looked very much in love with her too. He gave her expensive bags and watches, and came in a new fancy car every single time. That man was filthy rich. He'd even bring presents for us, but surprisingly, none of the stuff he got ever fit any of us. Another thing that was odd about him was he always wore suits. Even when he took Mom camping for a couple of days, he came dressed in one.
Is he going camping or for a board meeting?
If Mom doesn't mind, who cares? One day I was walking to the bus stop after my shift when I noticed Keith was already there. He seemed to be waiting for me.
Hi, Faye. Mind if I ride with you?
My dad doesn't own the bus, so I guess you can.
Look, I know your sister and I went on a date, but I swear it meant nothing.
Is that why you thought of taking her on another date and then ghosted her?
What? I never asked her out again. The second I found out she was your sister, I ended it ASAP.
But you kissed her.
No way. She texted about another date and I straight up shut it down.
Keith looked dead serious, so that could only mean one thing. Sammy was crazier than I thought. Okay, I get that you're not into Sammy, but what do you want from me?
I like you, Faye. Since that day I saw you at the restaurant. But then you refused to let me drive you home, and I thought maybe you were dating someone else.
That night, Keith and I sorted everything out. He even asked me out. I was over the moon, but I had to check with Sammy first. So when I told her, she was totally cool with it.
Keith wasn't my type anyway. Too intelligent for my taste.
Keith and I started dating, and life was pure bliss. Flowers, chocolates, and lakeside picnics, the works. One night while texting him, I heard a loud crash from Mom's room. Weird, since she was camping with Carlson. Grabbing a bat, I braced to face an intruder, but when I turned on the lights, there was Carlson, guilty beside a broken vase. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be with Mom?
Yes, but she sent me back for her night cream.
He opened his hand to reveal a small bottle of Mom's night cream. But why didn't you come through the main door?
I thought you girls might get disturbed.
Since Mom met Carlson, she was obsessed about her skincare routine, so maybe she did send poor Carlson all the way back home for that stupid cream. The poor man looked so guilty that I almost felt sorry for him. The next day, I was getting ready for work when Sam barged into my room.
Faye, Keith isn't who you think he is. I saw him snatching a woman's purse today outside the mall.
What? Keith is a freaking millionaire. Why would he steal?
I don't know. I tried to follow him, but he disappeared into a dark alley.
Look, Sam, I asked you if I could date Keith and you agreed. There is no point acting like a jealous ex now.
Okay, if you don't believe me, let's follow him the next time he drops you home. I am sure he's into some shady business.
I knew Sam wouldn't get off my back until I agreed, so I agreed. A couple of days later, when Keith dropped me home, Sam, Nat, and I chased after his car in a cab. I don't even know why I'm doing this. If Keith is really a thief, he wouldn't be driving that expensive car. Suddenly, Nat spoke up.
I've seen that car before.
Of course you have. It's one of Keith's many cars.
But Carlson picked up Mom last night in it.
What? Nat, are you sure it's the same car?
You know how my brain works. I never forget numbers, and I saw Carlson driving this one yesterday.
This was nuts. Nat had a photographic memory, so she wasn't wrong. Something was seriously off. We tailed Keith until he stopped at a mechanic's shop, And guess who crawled out from under a car? Carlson. No suit, just grimy overalls. They argued like crazy. Then Keith stormed inside while Carlson grabbed a toolbox and started fixing a fancy car. What was even happening? So he's a mechanic. No wonder he comes home in a new car every time. And I think Keith is his son. But what are these father-son up to? Let's find out. I barged into the shop with Sam and Nat behind me. When Carlson saw us, he looked totally shocked.
Oh, hi girls. I came here to get my car fixed.
Just cut the crap and tell us the truth, or we're calling the police. Because I'm pretty sure driving other people's cars without permission is illegal. Hearing all the commotion, Keith came out and he too looked super stunned to see us all.
Faye, I can explain.
Good. You better start with how you're related to Carlson. Keith took a deep breath, then dropped the bomb. Carlson was his stepdad, a mechanic by day, thief by night.
All the expensive stuff he gave your mom is stolen. He was stashing his loot in your home in the form of gifts.
Wow. That's why this Rolex he gifted me looks used. Suddenly, Carlson started laughing like a maniac.
Yes, and I was planning to steal everything back that night, but Faye barged in at the wrong time.
You messed with the wrong family, Carlson. I'm calling the cops right away.
Go ahead. But remember, all the stolen stuff is in your house. So guess who the cops will arrest first? Your mom.
Don't get too cocky, Carlson. I recorded every word on my phone, and suddenly Carlson's face twisted with fury and he lunged at Nat, but Keith stepped in and punched him square in the face.
I'm done being a part of your sick plans, Dad, and I'm done leading a double life.
Keith called the police and told them everything. The cops immediately arrested the father and son duo, but before they left, Keith told me something.
Faye, I wanted to tell you the truth, but Dad, he threatened to hurt your mom.
There can be no excuse for lying, Keith. But I'm glad you came to your senses and confessed the truth. Later, the cops found all the stolen stuff in our house. Mom was crushed, but relieved Carlson was finally in jail. A year later, Sam burst into my room all excited. Keith got out. Turns out he was just an accomplice to Carlson. I met him at a cafe today. He's really sorry for what he did. And why are you telling me this? 'Cause you check out his pics on your phone more times than I click selfies in a day. Look, Sam, Keith lied to me. I'm not sure I can trust him again. Suddenly, sweet music started playing, and Keith entered the room holding Nat's guitar.
I know I broke your trust. How I treated you was unjust. I know I deserve your hate, but I'm gonna change my fate by making you fall in love again, by making you, darling, mine.